The topic for the day is angles, or in other words, geometry. So please make sure you find this page. Question 1, complete these sentences from the diagrams. B and C, if you look at the diagram, B is here and C is here. The two angles together are making a straight line. So what do we call them? They are something angles. Yeah, we probably could use the word straight, or the other word would be supplementary. Supplementary. So I'd accept either of those. My pen keeps doing. There we go. Don't know why it's doing that, but anyway, let's start that again. Straight or supplementary. Either one of those. I'll write both. B and D. B and D. No, not alternate, Ola. Nope. Vertically opposite. Who said that? Good job, Josh. So vertically opposite. So hopefully on the study sheet that you're making, you would want to have that big long list of rules that we had for this topic and a little example on how to do them. I know there was a lot, so if you can't fit them all, you need to pick out the ones that you don't remember. So there was right angles, straight angles, vertically opposite, angles at a point, angles on a triangle, angles on a quadrilateral, alternate, corresponding, co-interior, exterior angle rule. Did I miss any? Probably. There's a few. All right, next one, D and E. D and E. Oh, they're making a right angle, aren't they? Yes, so they are right angle, or the proper name to fit that sentence better would be complementary angles. Okay, so complementary and supplementary, we don't use those words very often, but the complementary are angles that make a right angle and supplementary are ones that make a straight angle. A, B, C, D, and E, which is all of the angles, form a revolution. Okay, question 2. This is what we spent lots and lots of time doing. You were given a diagram and you had to find the value of the pronumeral, and the question should say giving reasons, because we had lots of time doing that. So we're going to do that even though the question doesn't say it. This question has got two pronumerals. It doesn't matter which one you do first. I usually do them in alphabetical order. So if I do A first, pretend the B is not there, we have a straight line happening. So that means that A plus the 50 is equal to 180, making a straight line. And our reason is because straight angles equal 180. Okay, then solve that equation to find A. So I'm going to minus 50. And that gives A equals 130. Okay, now I still have to find the B. B is straight across in that X shape. It is vertically opposite, which means that it is equal to the 50. B equals 50 because vertically opposite angles are equal. So remember, we can shorten our words a little bit. So vert op and the angle symbol. Okay, there is a bunch of those rules. I'm not going to be able to do all of them. I'm going to leave some there for you, but there's more down here that I will do. Question 3, on the diagram, label the following. So I want to name the angle that is corresponding to the A, and I want to give it the letter B. Corresponding forms an F shape. So the angle that I'm after would be up here because I would have this upside down F shape happening. Then you need to try and put the alternate angle as a C. So alternate angle is there. Can you do the rest of them? No? Can anyone else do the rest of them? The angle that is co-interior to A is D. Co-interior is the inside C shape. So inside here, that one there, would have to be the D. So the angle that is vertically opposite to the A is the E. So that's going to go there. Vertically opposite, X shape, straight across from the A. Okay? Right, question 4. Find the value of the pronumeral in each of the diagrams stating the reason. Now, in these ones, you'll see the parallel lines appearing. So the 3 main rules for parallel lines are the alternate, corresponding, and co-interior. But some of the other ones, like vertically opposite and supplementary, or the straight angles, can still pop up in there as well. So looking at part A, if I start by trying to find the A in here, it is making a Z shape with the 40, which means that it is alternate. A is equal to the 40 because alternate angles are equal. Then to get to the B, you actually have 2 choices here, and you get full marks for either one. Can anyone suggest a way to get to B, Lola? Oh, you know both of them. Good. Yes. So co-interior, you have the C shape from here, or the other option, because you found the A already, you could use the straight line to get it from the 40 that we found up there already. Let's do the straight angle. Let's go B plus 40 equals 180 because straight angle equals 180. And then we minus 40, which means that B is equal to 140 degrees. Okay, so you got more questions there, more parallel lines things. Moving on down, question 5. Classify these triangles as, we have 2 different types. Scalene, isosceles, or equilateral is naming a triangle based on the sides that it has. And acute, right, or obtuse is naming it based on the angles. So looking at this first triangle, the angles kind of give it away, but which name by sides? Scalene, isosceles, or equilateral? No, it's only one of them. Because 2 angles are the same, it also means that these 2 sides would have to be the same, and it will be isosceles. Okay, so first one, it's isosceles. Then to name it by the angle. Okay, a right angle, obviously it has to have a right angle symbol in it, like that one. Acute means that all the angles are acute, that one. And obtuse means there's only one, you can't have more than one. But one angle that's bigger than a right angle, so that one there looks bigger than 90 degrees to me. So I would call this an obtuse triangle. Okay, keep going. Question 6. Using triangles, what's the angle sum of a triangle? 180. So these numbers have to add to 180, make an equation. A plus 93 plus 32 equals 180. Now, before we do any opposites, collect these up. What is 93 plus 32? Yeah. Okay, then I do my opposite, which is to subtract the 125. And I get my answer, which is A equals 65. It didn't say to give a reason, but what would my reason be? Because we should practice that. Angle sum triangle equals 180. Because, oh yes, thank you. Okay, sorry. Because most of your exam is multiple choice, there potentially will be a lot of questions where you won't have to give reasons for this topic, but there is a couple of short answer for each section. So there is A couple of short answer questions on each topic, yes. Depends on the topic. Like, I think there's one of the topics that doesn't have any short answer. Not now. Gotta go through this. Okay, next one. I did this one as well because it's still a triangle, but this is different because of the angle that's out here. This 130 is what we call an exterior angle. And it will always be equal to the opposite interior angles added together. So to make the equation, I add the A with the 80, add the two interior ones, and it is equal to the 130, which is the exterior angle. Then I will subtract 80 from both sides and get A equals 50. The reason is because exterior angle is equal to the sum of opposite interior angles. It's the longest reason I think that we have in this topic. Okay, moving on. Please cross out question 7 because you will not have to draw triangles using compasses. Moving on to the next page. A four-sided shape is called a quadrilateral, and the angle sum of a quadrilateral is 360. But this one, it is a quadrilateral, but I don't have all the angles. Instead, I'm going to have to use the parallel lines again in there. So the co-interior angles. The A will add with the 75 to make 180 degrees because co-interior angles equal 180. Then you will minus 75 from both sides and get A is equal to 108. C is one that I have got all the angles. So this one, all those angles will add up to give 360 because that's the angle sum of a quadrilateral. Let's make this A plus 70 plus 15 plus 250 equals 360. I'm just writing the reasons to remind you. And this one is angle sum of a quad equals 360. Like before, collect up all your like terms before you try to do any solving. So we're going to go 70 plus 15 plus 250, so 335. A plus 335 equals 360. Then we're going to subtract the 335 to find our answer, which is 25 degrees. Okay, so a few more quadrilaterals in there. Next part of the topic was to find the angle sum of any other type of polygons. So triangles are polygons that have 3 sides and they have an angle sum of 180. Quadrilaterals are polygons that have 4 sides and they have 360 degrees. But what about our pentagons and octagons and whatever other things? You might remember all those names and needing to remember how many sides that means. And we had a formula which was 180 bracket n minus 2. That formula will tell you the angle sum of any polygon if you know the number of sides. So a pentagon has 5 sides. That's the n, that's what that stands for. So I sub that in, I will go 180, 5 minus 2 in the brackets. You type it in. I'm just going to go times 3 because that's faster. And we get 540 degrees. So an octagon, you're going to use the same formula, but the number isn't 8. What's an undecagon? No, 11. Okay, question 3 looks similar. find the size of the interior angle of these regular polygons. We've got some of the same kind of names, hexagons, nonagons, dodecagons. But the difference is it says each interior angle, not all the angles. It would be one of the angles. Now, it does say it has to be a regular polygon because that means that all the angles inside are the same size. For these ones, what you do is you still find your angle sum using the formula, but then you just divide by the number of sides so that you have each angle. Okay? So for a hexagon, how many sides does a hexagon have? 6. So it'll be 180. 6 minus 2. That would give you the whole angle sum. And when you divide that by 6, it will tell you each angle. So it's 120 degrees for each angle in a regular hexagon. If you can find the angle sum, these ones down here aren't regular. We've got all these other angles, but we have a missing one that we can find. We need to know the angle sum of that shape first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides. Well, I have already done that one. Oh, it's 540. Should I do a different one instead? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, we'll do it anyway. And if you've memorized 540, that's wonderful. But if you're doing this, I would expect to see the angle sum first. So maybe over here, you're going to do your 180, 5 minus 2 to find your 540. So you need to make sure you know that, depending on the number of sides. Then you make your equation starting with the A. It will be A plus, it's a 540. Yeah, in there as well, 5. A plus 90 plus 115 plus 95 plus 130 equals 540. Good. Collect up all the like terms. 90 plus 115 plus 95 plus 130. So it's 430. And then subtract your 430 to get your answer, which is 110 degrees. Does that make sense? There is a fair bit of working out, but because we're so good at equations, hopefully it's not too difficult. And this last one you can cross out because we didn't do faces and polyhedron stuff. That's not going to be on your exam. That's it. That's it. That's a short one today.